Okay, hi everyone. I'm Otaku S John, and
I'm ProGamer2290.
we're wondering, we don't have an intro or a name, so if any of you would care to,
Should send us one. Anyways, this is a podcast thing we're trying out. We don't really have a name for it yet, but I'm sure we'll eventually think of one, and maybe we already have, and we put it up already. We're just gonna talk about games. We're just two regular guys.
why just games? Why can't we talk about anime?
Fine,
too?
we'll talk about games and anime and anything else that people like us, do for fun.
I'm an otaku.
Yeah, he's an otaku, and I guess to some extent you can call me an otaku too. But I'd rather.
Your name's Pro Gamer, but you're not Pro Gamer. You don't get paid to play video games.
Well, I have before. I mean, I won some bets.
Don't lie to the media. Masses.
Yeah, masses. I don't know about masses. Anyways, we don't have anything to talk about.
So yeah, we're just gonna. Yeah, this is gonna get cleaned up in editing. I'm the editor.
Yeah, sure. He could be the editor. I'll be the guy who does the stuff that I don't know what stuff right now. So, anyways, first topic of the day.
I'm important. I'm the editor. He's nothing.
Yeah. Anyways, first topic of the day is The Legend of Zelda Skyward Sword.
Why? That game sucks.
Game is great. I'm about 25 hours in. I'm in the very beginning of the 5th dungeon. And that's where I am so far. So John, how far are you in The Legend of Zelda Skyward Sword?
What does it matter? That game sucks.
The game. You lose. So yeah, this is our podcast. So the most innovative thing that Skyward Sword has done so far is
Link taking a shit.
No, that is pretty awesome though. When I first discovered that, I was like,
he has a scat fetish.
I do not have a scat fetish, but like that. Like the thing is, from what I played so far in Skyward Sword, it's got they used orchestra for the first time, as you probably already know if you've played it, or maybe you didn't know that. Well, anyways, they used orchestra for the first time ever in a Zelda game. They've been doing it in Mario games for a while now. I believe there's Super Mario Galaxy 2 and Galaxy 1, plus I think even some songs from 3D Land, Super Mario 3D Land. So, John, what's your opinion on the 3DS?
What about the 3DS? Nintendo doesn't seem to be releasing any firmware updates like they should. They seem to be behind on just about everything. The launch window is crap.
Their launch window was crap, but they did announce that on the 8th we will get a firmware update.
Which can potentially freeze or destroy our 3DSs.
No, they didn't say. Well, I've heard. I don't know exactly what is true about this, but I have heard rumors the 3DS firmware update could break the eShop, which doesn't sound too good. But I've also heard that could just be for Europe, and then it might be shut down for a short time.
Yeah, freaking Europeans. You and your strange accents. Why can't you learn freaking American? America! Yeah!
I'm just glad Nintendo finally got their act together.
No, they haven't.
Well, yeah, they released, Ocarina of Time 3D, Star Fox 3D, Super Mario, Sonic Generations. Those games were all great, were they not? Well, they they were great. And,
when they were originally released.
Super Mario 3D Land does a lot. It's so far from what I've seen, it's the only game in existence that the 3D doesn't just enhance gameplay; it's almost needed to measure jumps and stuff.
Yes, there's Nintendo forcing you to use their innovation. You're not allowed to play their games unless you play it the way they want you to play.
Which is why, you can play with the 3D off, and I've heard from some reviewers that playing with the 3D off doesn't affect the way you play. But I've played it, and from what I've seen, I died a few times with the 3D off because I wasn't able to, get the trajectory of my jump correctly. But I've heard that, like, with if you use the D-pad to press down on it, you can turn that stuff off. Either way, I think it's still just cool to play with the 3D on anyways. I don't get headaches from the 3D at all.
Look, now all of our viewers are going to talk about how we're the shittiest podcast in existence.
Why is that?
Because you're here.
Whatever, dude. You're just here to bring the podcast down a notch. You try to bring, talking about some upbeat stuff every once in a while.
Upbeat stuff? How about angel beat stuff?
Angel Beats, yes, Angel Beats. It's a good 13 episodes, right?
I don't know, with or without the OVA. Anyway, it's good. Go watch it. Google it. Angel Beats. With an exclamation point at the end.
You can get it on you can buy it at Best Buy now.
Demonoid, Baka Torrents, Pirate Bay.
No. I support.
Same place where we get our video games.
No. Everybody has downloaded a few games in their life, but most of all, 99% of the games I've played, I have paid for, twice probably at least.
Okay, all of you hypocrites that say you don't support emulators, how many Let's Play videos have you watched on YouTube that were from emulators and you liked them?
What if someone, made a video game, or bought a video game, Super Mario, Bros, let's just say, to go with whatever, and then they said, hey, it would be cool to do a Let's Play on this, but I don't have any, technologies to record from my TV. So oh, I'll just get it on an emulator. I already bought the game, so shouldn't that be okay?
No, it's still illegal.
It's still illegal, but it gives you a sense of,
Just like me in Birth by Sleep. I own Birth by Sleep, but I downloaded it anyway because I can't play it on my modded PSP.
Yes, but how many other games have you downloaded but not bought yet? I, for one, have never played a modded game on my PSP before. I bought all my PSP games. But to tell the truth, I've only actually played one PSP game all the way through to the very end, because it was the reason I bought the PSP. Now, getting back to whatever it is we were talking about. Oh yeah, emulators.
If any of you want an invite to Demonoid, just message me. I will not return any response.
You will not return any response?
Yes.
Look, dude. It's supposed to be, we don't want the feds coming after us here.
What's the feds gonna come after us for? It's the internet. We could just be talking complete and utter bullshit. As far as our viewers know, you are a professional gamer and you do get paid to play video games.
Yep.
As far as our viewers know, we could possibly just be a bunch of guys who inspects Walmart's floors.
True story, by the way.
Yeah, he is a professional gamer.
Yes, everything is a true story.
Yeah, like how he raped a little kitten on the street once.
Raped a little kitten on the street?
Oh, I'm sorry, twice.
I do not, what's that word when you... Never mind. I do not rape kittens on the street, and I do not, want anybody to rape kittens on the street. If you're gonna rape a kitten, do it in the privacy of your own home.
Also, we've all watched South Park here. We all know what kitten piss can do to you. Oh yeah, by the way, we probably should have mentioned this sooner, but this is not a children-friendly podcast.
Our podcast is a mature podcast, and you've only
I
listened.
would say mature. Meant for the mature. Hardly mature at all.
Meant for people who are like, are allowed, who are 18 or older, or who are allowed to listen to things that are 18 or older, or who aren't allowed, but they're doing it, with headphones on so their parents can't hear or something.
Basically, if you feel offended, leave now and don't bother us about it later.
Yeah, you probably should have left a long time ago. I mean, we're like 11 minutes in now, and just, forgot to give away the,
It's mostly his fault.
whatever the fuck you call that thing. Now, I tried to be organized before we started this podcast, but you wanted to start and then just start.
Organize my ass. Besides, it's the first episode. What do they care? We can organize our shit later.
Yeah, as far as we know, we don't have any viewers yet.
Yeah. We're probably never going to get any viewers. All of you are probably just ignoring us right now. You probably even left within the first 10 seconds of this video.
But if you didn't, you should totally hit the subscribe button and like this video.
Oh, by the way, condoms are 99% effective against unwanted pregnancies.
Don't you mean bagels?
Yeah.
If you don't
Maybe took make more videos.
if you don't get the reference, you should go watch Gantz first, the anime. Then after that, you should go watch HBI 2K's or Hippie Tooks Gantz Abridged series. There we go. Now we're helping out the YouTube abridging community to get more views.
Okay, what about us? I don't give a shit about them.
Sure you. Watch the videos.
No. When was the last time any of them updated an actual episode?
Well, I forgot to resubscribe to HBI 2K. So for all we know, maybe he has. Besides, he doesn't do abridged series anymore. Now he does like songs and AMVs and stuff.
Oh, since we're on YouTube, I guess this is rather important. I guess we should rehash a little Krivo joke.
Which one?
I don't know, I don't care. We mentioned Lil Krivo, that's good enough.
Vegeta, what does your scouter say about his video level?
What?
Yeah, that one was kind of lame. Anyways. Man. Chips are good. Anyways.
Should we do a Pringles advertisement now? Hey, Pringles, pay us now. You're just in advertisement.
Pringles. Once you pop, the fun don't stop.
Yeah, that's what she said.
Do they still use that?
I don't know. I've stopped watching TV.
You still see commercials. You may stop watching TV, but advertisements don't go away. In fact, they just keep popping up more and more and more.
Yeah, but see, I ignore.
Well, I mean, you can't skip all of them. You can skip some of them. I've learned how to skip all advertisements on GameTrailers.com whenever I watch my videos. It used to be I could skip past them, and then they stopped letting us do that. So then I ended up, I don't know, I always had a way. And then after I thought, okay, there's no ways to skip past them anymore, I realized that with Internet Explorer, if I click the download button, it'll just pop up in Windows Media Player. And then I can just close the window on Game Trailers, and no advertisements on Game Trailers anymore, except like for just a few seconds.
Yeah, must really suck for you people who have those crappy internet connections or don't use a Windows computer or a Linux computer and you're forced to use Macs. What is it?
Apple.
No, their internet browser. Safari, that's what it's called.
Safari.
Or if you're on your Wii or something and you're
Oprah.
Oprah powered, you're probably not watching this video at all because Nintendo can't seem to put YouTube videos.
But we can.
But we can.
Mm-hmm.
After how long?
I believe right from the get-go. I was watching YouTube.
Yeah, right from the get-go, but there was a long period of time where it was just like, please update your Adobe Flash Player. I can't update my goddamn Adobe Flash Player, I'm on a Wii!
That was near so I was in that was sometime in the middle, because there was a long wait. The Nintendo waited up to, I believe sometime last year they finally
3DS
updated
can't play YouTube videos, can it?
No, it can't, which is very lame, because the 3DS is, as far as I know, more powerful than a Wii.
Yeah, you think it would have gotten that Adobe update?
Hopefully in the firmware update. I mean, they are adding 3D video recording. Awesome. I don't know if we're ever actually going to use 3D video recording.
I wonder if Nintendo's actually ever going to give us that update so we can do 3D video recording.
They only delayed it by 8 days. It said sometime in November, which means the 30th at the latest. They did say that we are going to get our 10 Game Boy Advance Ambassador games this month.
Yeah. So, who wants to talk about how Nintendo keeps screwing their ambassadors over in the ass?
I wouldn't really say screwing them over.
Yeah, says you who bought the Collector's Edition Legend of Zelda 3DS sitting right there in the center of your room, while owning a launch date 3DS over there. Yeah, who's being screwed over here?
Well, I bought it for $10 over I basically got a game with it for free.
Oh, and not to mention what Walmart and those other people did, selling the game early. That way people can get cheap, and there are ambassadors. You'd think Nintendo would do something about that. Lawsuit.
Well, it's Walmart. They can do whatever they want.
So, Walmart's only in America. Nintendo can easily sue them without hassle.
I don't think Nintendo wants to sue anybody right now. They're not exactly in the best spot to be giving lawsuits to people. That's like if PlayStation wanted to go sue somebody right now after losing millions of dollars.
Nintendo could just make it so they don't sell their games at Walmart. Besides, anyone who buys games at Walmart isn't an actual gamer. Besides, all the Wii games that are in Walmart are those crappy shovelware titles.
Yes, the Wii, a system for shovelware, with like 2 or 3, 4 games, a year, maybe even 12. But the 3DS is picking up a lot of steam and starting to sell really well, especially over the Thanksgiving weekend.
Yeah, because of all you suckers who decided to buy that one game. What was it called? Skyward something?
That's not a 3DS title.
Oh, 3DS? I thought we were still talking about that shitty Wii game.
The Wii sold 500,000 on Black Friday.
Yeah, because of all those families that love their shovelware titles.
I think it sold...
All those rich, overprivileged families that have to buy a Wii for every single man, woman, and child in their house.
The Wii is the top-selling current...
Damn you, 1%!
No, I think the Wii sold so many is because people wanted to play Skyward Sword and people who already sold their Wiis, or broke it, or lost it, or something.
Speaking of overprivileged people, is that a second Wii right next to your first Wii?
Look, dude, I earned all my money. All these consoles right here, except for my Xbox, I paid for.
Mm-hmm.
My Xbox was given me.
How long have you been paying for your stuff, Brandon?
How long have I been paying for my stuff?
Yeah.
A long time. Ever since I basically started working.
My parents never supported my gaming hobby. I had to buy all my own stuff since I was a child.
My parents never wanted to support my gaming hobby, but you never got anything, a birthday present, as a system or a game ever?
The only systems that I ever got as a birthday present was the PlayStation and the N64. That's it. After that, I had to buy all my other consoles. And it's kind of interesting because I've owned like all the consoles from Nintendo, Sony, and Microsoft. Yeah.
All of them?
Yeah.
Even the Virtual Boy?
Oh no, do you really want to count that one? We can continue talking about how shitty Nintendo is.
Yeah,
You just brought up a very good point.
Shut up. I guess technically the Virtual Boy doesn't count because even in the current gen debates, they talk about how Nintendo's current console is like the 7th one or whatever. They don't count the Virtual Boy. It didn't even last a whole year. How about the Game Boy Color, the Game Boy Advance?
I've owned a Game Boy Color, a Game Boy Advance, a Game Boy SP, a DS Lite.
I've owned an NES. I didn't really own it. It was the family's. SNES. The first system that was actually mine was the N64. It was half mine, half my brother's. But it was pretty much mine. He really never ever played it. And then I got the GameCube for a birthday. I got the Wii. I bought myself for $500 on eBay. The launch year. I bought it in 2006, like November. Got it in January. I got it in December. And oh man, I was so happy when that finally came in. I unpacked it in the truck on the way home, and when I got out of the car, one of the remotes fell out of the car and smacked against the concrete and had a big dent in it. And even though the Wii didn't have a spectacular launch window like 3DS, it still had Twilight Princess.
Which was also on the GameCube.
Not yet, though.
Yeah, but see, the GameCube is the actual version because Link is left-handed.
Yeah. The GameCube, I think, version, I like it better, but I'd say if you were going to play one of the versions, play the Wii version because it's so much fun.
Because you have to fund Nintendo's profit, so buy that other console.
Well, people probably already have the Wii. I mean, if you want to play Twilight Princess because you haven't played it yet, the better version is the Wii version. Those motion controls, the waggle, whatever, the actual pointing at the TV is much easier than using an analog stick to shoot slingshot or arrow or hookshot. Even though I do agree that the GameCube version has the better, Link being left-handed, I do also believe that the Wii version is a funner version to play. Also, getting the Wii just for one game. I mean, you can also play Skyward Sword on it. You can play. Did the GameCube have two Legend of Zelda games?
I don't know. It had Wind Waker and
Four Swords. It had Four Swords as well.
Yes.
Technically, it has more games than. There's not very many. They didn't do very many compilation packs for the Wii either. I don't think there's been a single collector's disc for the Wii for Legend of Zelda. The GameCube had Collector's Edition, which came with 4 games: Zelda 1, Zelda 2, Ocarina of Time, and Majora's Mask. And it also had the Master Quest version for Ocarina of Time.
So yeah, now let's talk anime. What was the first anime you've ever watched?
Mine, I'd have to say, is Pokemon.
Oh. Mine was, let's see. Would have to say Ranma Half, and then Sailor Moon that same day when it first aired in America in 1992. Which is a very long time ago.
You actually remember that, though?
Yeah.
How old were you in 92? 1?
Yes.
You don't remember that.
I do remember it.
Nobody remembers when they were 1 year
I was
old.
at my friend's house. I'm sorry I remember these things and you can't remember what happened yesterday.
I think somebody told you about it, so you think you remember it.
Uh-huh, okay.
Nobody can remember from when they're 1 year old, dude.
Says you.
What month in 92?
What kind of question is that?
Well, do you even know if you were actually even a whole year old yet?
If so, yes.
All right, people out there on YouTube, how many of you remember when you were 1 year old? What? And then, if you do, what is your earliest memory, and how old were you? You probably weren't one because nobody. Well, you're telling me that your earliest memory is Sailor Moon.
Fighting evil by moonlight.
Okay, let's not do that. The thing that really got me into anime though was probably, well, I wasn't ever really into anime until a few years, like high school or something like that. But I've seen a few of them. But the first anime that wasn't Pokemon that I believe I watched was on Toonami. I watched Dragon Ball Z, like starting from the Cell Saga.
Been watching Cartoon Network since it's been airing original series back in '94.
Yeah, but now Cartoon Network sucks.
Yeah. It's been sad ever since Tom left. Poor Tom.
Well, actually, I wasn't referring to Tom leaving because it was still good after that. I'm talking about all the crap that they show on Cartoon Network now. And, not to mention, things that aren't even animated or cartoons that they show on Cartoon Network. There's so many shows on there, you probably count them on two hands now, that aren't animated or cartoony at all, and yet they're still on Cartoon Network. On a network called Cartoon Network. That is a fatal flaw. It pisses me off.
Rurouni Kenshin.
And on that note, let's eat some Pringles.
This hand of mine burns with an awesome power. Its loud roar tells me to defeat you.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I was going to ask you guys earlier when we were talking about internet speed. Post in the comments what your internet speed is. I'm interested to know what the common internet speed is for a lot of people out there who play video games or watch animes or whatever. So put in the comments, if you're still listening, put in the comment section below how many megabytes per second you have. And if you don't know, go to Google and type in internet speed check, and it'll come to a site that will check the speed for you. We have 3.5 megabytes, which is a lot slower than we used to have.
My dad has like 16 megabytes a second.
Do you know how much he pays a month for internet?
I don't know.
You think it's like a lot, or
it's probably the same as we're paying here?
I highly doubt it.
I don't.
Josh pays more at his house. And how much does he get? 1.4? 1.3? And his upload speed is like 0.5. He's paying more than us. And he has less speed. So I would think that your dad is probably paying something to get.
I would believe that my dad is paying for his internet also, like most people do.
I mean more than us.
Well, isn't your mom already overpaying because we signed up for that 12 megabytes but we're not getting it?
She got it reduced. She's paying like 60, 50, somewhere along there.
60? That's how much my mom pays for Comcast for the telephone, TV, and internet.
We bleh. Still?
Yes.
No, you're not. What kind of TV? Like basic channels, or is that everything?
We have more than basic channels. My grandpa likes to watch his boxing.
Is Cartoon Network a basic channel?
I don't know. Let's see. Manny Pacquiao or something. That's who my grandpa likes to watch. Pacquiao something? I don't know. He's Filipino.
No, I think the information you feed me is flawed.
How so?
Maybe you don't actually know, but you think you know.
Maybe you just don't actually want to believe it.
Well, I mean, it's kind of hard to believe that you get internet, telephone, and TV, all those channels, for just, what was it, $70 a month?
$60 a month.
Well, anyways, all I know is I don't like Comcast anymore. Or...
Why? Because they won't let you download things illegally?
Okay. If, look, I know this guy in Detroit, and if he wants to share his anime with me, who is Comcast, is to say, you know, that he can't. So maybe I don't pay for all the anime I watch. The point is, you can still watch it on TV. I do watch most of my anime on Netflix, which I do pay for $8 a month.
Yeah, he watches that shitty ass dub stuff.
Dub is not shitty anymore. Let's also today take a vote. How many of you who watch anime watch it in dub, and how many of you watch it in sub? Because and then tell me which one you prefer. And then if you don't care.
And before you even start, you know, flaming the comments about who gives a shit about what, personally, I could watch anime raw if I wanted to, so it doesn't really matter to me.
For me, I like hearing it in the language that I know. If somebody says something and I hear it said, I'd rather hear it said than, read it something. I mean, that said, I have watched anime in sub because I can't wait for it to come out in America, like Code Geass, which is the best anime of all time and has one of the best dubs of all time, I might add. Code Geass, Haruhi Suzumiya, which I didn't even finish because I got lost in the Endless 8 episode. Then I watched it when it came out in America. And and Clannad, which is also an amazing anime that has an awesome dub.
So, speaking of Sailor Moon, someone had liked my picture on Facebook. It's me playing Perfect World. Took a picture of the moon, put it in the comments, fighting evil by moonlight, etc., etc. And then I got like a bunch of people here now commenting, just finishing the rest of the theme song.
The whole thing? Or
just that part.
I had to get back to playing Legend of Zelda before IGN.
Why don't you just start playing that game now? That way, when things happen, we'll have even more to talk about. You're probably also going to want to turn the volume on it down.
Yeah, but it's a Zelda game. One of the best parts is the music.
Deal with it.
Well, I need to go wash my hands real quick, so,
What do you want me to do? Entertain them?
Yes, entertain them somehow. I'll be right back.
So, hi guys. What's going on? This is Otaku John talking to you. I'm actually chatting on an IM right now. Yeah. If any of you want to join me on Perfect World, I play on the Ankysaur server, and Brandon here has returned.
Welcome to the multi...
I'm gonna have to bleep his real name out later.
My real name?
Yeah, your real name.
Welcome to the Multitask Podcast, where I will now attempt to play a video game while podcasting.
Multitask Podcast?
Yes.
It's a shitty name.
Well, right now is the...
We might as well call ourselves the Barnacle Brigade.
Angel Beats. Anyways, I'm not saying that this is going to be called the Multitask Podcast. I'm just saying that this portion of it is the Multitask
We just
Podcast.
call ourselves the Not Yet Dead Battlefront. By the way, anyone who didn't get these references or disliked this video was turned into a barnacle in the next life.
Sucks to be you. In this edition of Multicast, I will be playing The Legend of Zelda Skyward Sword. Warning, spoilers!
We're not gonna have any viewers or subscribers. People are gonna hate us.
People who don't hate us, click the subscribe button and like this video.
Oh, by the way, you should totally rate this video 5 stars. Oh what? You can't? YouTube keeps updating their site into something shittier and shittier and harder to navigate each time? That sucks.
Yeah, who here hates their newest update where they ruined your subscription menus, bars? I have 13 hearts.
Okay. I have one. You know, the one that beats in my chest. The only one that I need to live. What are you, a cow? You have 5 stomachs too?
Look, dude, people like you take this shit too seriously. Where I left off last time is in Temple 5.
You have no idea where you are.
In front of the boss door. But no key yet. I just got here. So yeah, we weren't talking right there for a minute.
It's mostly this guy's fault.
So far right here, John, this right here was the hardest puzzle in the game.
It probably wasn't really that hard. You're just an idiot.
No, it was pretty hard.
No, it's not.
Alright, you want to attempt to figure it out then?
Yeah, you probably won't have gotten through half of this game without me.
Yeah, right, dude. I beat Twilight Princess. I helped you in Twilight Princess. You remember? You were stuck in the water temple?
Yeah, because I pretty much gave up on playing that game. It got extremely boring.
Yeah, right, dude. Twilight Princess is...
Yeah, right. This is my own opinion. How are you going to judge my own goddamn opinion?
Your opinion is wrong!
Okay.
Twilight Princess was a masterpiece. Oh, I was already here. Is a masterpiece, along with Ocarina of Time.
Mm-hmm. Going to be just like everyone else.
What do you mean, just like everybody else?
Just like everybody else on the internet who says Ocarina of Time is the best game ever.
That's just my placeholder for best game ever. I think the best game, I believe...
Because you've totally played every single game in existence to determine that for a fact.
Okay, my best game ever. Ocarina of Time is critically acclaimed, though. It has the highest Metacritic rating, which is 98. And I believe Game Rankings is 99, because they only use number grades. And Game Score is 10, which is like the most of. Which Skyward Sword for a long time had 10, after 10, 10, 10, 10, 10, 10, 10, 10, 10, and then 9, 9, 9, 8, 8, 8, and then frickin', what is it, Game Spy or something like that gave it a 7.5. I am currently inside of a boat that acts as a temple. So yeah, that's probably a spoiler.
Yeah, I'm a boat, motherfucker. Don't you ever forget it.
In the fucking sea. A land sea.
A sea of land.
A sea of sand that turns into water when you put the pass on top of it. If that makes any sense at all.
It doesn't. Your descriptions are crappy. Ha ha ha, you just lost a heart.
I can open this door. Oh, it's locked.
What do you think?
Oh crap! Sinking sand.
I'm trying to take a shit or something?
Yeah. Do you think this podcast got better when I turn on a game, or do you think it got worse?
I think it got worse. I think we have less viewers now.
Yeah, because we're not really talking as much. So let's talk Sega.
I don't think that's the reason why.
Yep, that's the reason why. Now let's talk Sega and how they're doing.
About Sega.
The last I heard of them is they dropped out of the console race a few years ago.
Best thing Sega's popped out recently is Hyperdimension Neptunia. That's not even made by them. That's made by Compile and IF.
Isn't it still published by them?
Published by them, not made by them. I don't think they've made much of anything as of recently.
Sonic Generations.
Yeah, well, everyone knows that Sonic Team isn't like associated with Sega in that way.
Well,
Nobody wants to.
I mean, they sort of are, though. I think
That's like associating religion with saying, oh my god. People without gods will still say, oh my god.
Well, I don't think that's exactly true, because of the sheer fact that most of the heat that Sega has taken was because Sonic games in recent history have sucked. So they, I think, are more or less, if they're associated with anything, it would be Sonic. Whoa! Holy crap!
Yeah, too bad you haven't really lost much of anyhow.
Yeah. But a red rupee every once in a while helps the, it's good for the soul.
You know, inflation has really risen throughout the years, even in Zelda games. You know, back in the day, it was almost impossible to reach this many rupees.
Yes, and that is, that you know, that could also be for one of the reasons that, the first Legend of Zelda game is one of the later games in the timeline.
Yeah, when the economy fell apart.
Exactly. And Ganon destroyed the world.
Which is why the economy fell apart.
Yes.
Just like in America. It's not because of our government, it's because Ganondorf is trying to take us over.
Ganondorf? As in the government?
No, I already told you, it's not the government's fault, it's Ganondorf's.
Yeah.
Because we don't, you know, directly approach the problem and come up with a solution. We just find people to blame it on, even if that person doesn't exist.
Oh my god, it's a robot skeleton pirate! Ladies and gentlemen, I am now fighting a robot skeleton pirate. Ow!
And you're losing.
I'm not losing. I've hit him more times than he's hit me.
So?
I think I have to push him off. Crap!
I'm waiting for you to lose. Go pirate guy! Vote Robot Skeleton Pirate 2012.
I'm about to kill him! Aw. Damn it! His moves are so unpredictable!
No, they're not. You just suck at this game.
Haha, I got him again.
It's a Nintendo game, Brandon. You gotta defeat him 3 times.
That mostly applies to Mario. Damn it!
Yeah, I don't even think I'm gonna bother with censoring out your name anymore. Almost reminds me of the scene from Star Wars.
You mean when Luke fell?
Oh, by the way, I've slowly been trying to learn Fi's language. I have determined that Mari means master.
Fee, for people who don't know, is the spirit of the sword, the spirit within the Skyward Sword, which is Link's sword in Skyward Sword. And she talks in gibberish just like Midna. I don't believe that there actually is a language you can figure out within
Bullshit!
Fee's language.
I'm gonna do it.
Huh?
I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna go find all of Fee's entire script, and I'm going to just like download everything that she says. I'm gonna translate it slowly.
Maybe she's speaking Hylian.
Well, that just makes things easier.
It does?
Yeah.
You should also download Midna's script as well.
What, so I can learn Twilly?
Well, I know that Midna isn't speaking Hylian as well.
Because she's, it's like the difference between British and English.
I have to believe that they're all speaking the same language.
Everyone
always.
knows that English is the true American language, and then that English over in Britain is that fake English.
I have to believe that in
just like how Twilly is the fake Hylian.
The fake Hylian? How is Twilly anything like Hylian? Twilly is a completely different dimension.
So?
It's like the Dark Realm, sort of. We got Twilly.
I wonder if we'll get more viewers if we start talking about the timeline.
Or lose them. Because we talk about the timeline. The Zelda timeline, we have the official one.
Yeah, we went over to Miyamoto's office, found out that we couldn't get in, so we went over to Anuma's office, broke in, stole the timeline, and left.
Mm-hmm. Of course, we didn't leave any proof that we stole it. We have it on this SD card that I hold in my hand right now.
Yeah, the SD card, not a, dipstick or anything like that.
Dipstick?
It's a stick that you dip.
Make it sound like that thing that goes in a car.
Yeah, because it's a stick that you dip.
Maybe dipstick. No, but the official timeline, we have it. And we're not going to tell you.
If you don't know, we're not going to tell you.
Anuma has recently stated that it is a single timeline. So all you people who thought that Minish Cap and the Oracle games were in a separate timeline or didn't count or something like that, they do count. He said every Zelda game
including the CDI games.
No, the CDI games don't count. They just don't. Nintendo didn't make those. They had no association with them at all, except for...
It's also easy to fit the Zelda timeline into things like Brawl and, Soul Calibur.
It's really easy.
Yeah, we explained it in the previous episode, if any of you are wondering. I don't feel like going over it again, though.
Well, my explanation for how... All of you know, okay, this is fact, that there's a split in the Zelda timeline.
Why are you explaining it again? They can just go watch the previous episode.
There is no previous episode.
That's the point.
All of you know that it is fact that the Zelda timeline splits after Ocarina of Time. That is fact. Nintendo has said that. Anuma came on stage and said that, basically that's what happened. So that is what happened. People who think there's a singular timeline, where there's no split, you are wrong. Theories, I've seen theories online where people think that there is one timeline. That's cool and all, and you can make sense of it however you want, but the fact still remains that you are wrong. Because the official timeline is, it splits. There's a split in the timeline.
There's a split in your girlfriend.
But anyways, in the adult timeline...
Many of you have girlfriends.
I'm sure somebody does. There's probably... Maybe there's a girl listening to our podcast right now who has a girlfriend.
Look, now we have even less viewers.
Or more.
Or one.
For that one viewer who's listening to us, thank you. And don't forget to hit the subscribe button and like this video. Anyway, like I was trying to say, like 8 times before you interrupted me 3 times.
What? It's not like we're having like some sort of debate. You don't get your 30 seconds.
I get my 30 minutes instead.
I think we passed 30 minutes a long time ago.
Yeah, we're at 50 minutes and 23 seconds.
This is going to require a lot of cleaning.
Oh, also, we're probably further than that if we actually added in an intro or not. See, you know, it works much better. You know, episode 2 will be much cleaner. Or much not cleaner.
Or worse, maybe I'll just upload the raw video feed that we're getting.
Yeah.
Audio feed. We're not getting any video feed.
Well, we are going to have video up, though. I'll...
We can just give them a bunch of slideshows. They'll be happy. Christmas time is coming.
Okay.
I have like an hour worth of images for Christmas backgrounds.
You want to use that for our first one?
No, I don't want to share this with the world.
Then why did you even mention it?
Because I want them all to be jealous.
I think we should put some kind of video in there to show them what we're talking about, at least in some way. I mean, have something interesting to look at. Of course, don't concentrate on it too much because you want to hear what we're talking about. I think that we will get more viewers, maybe 2, if we have video footage of things.
Yes, we can have 2 whole viewers instead of just 1.
Or 2.5. You know, someone comes in and is like, hey, this podcast is interesting for like 10 minutes, and then leaves. Also, this is a great podcast to listen to if you have nothing else to do. The best podcast to listen to after you've already listened to all the other podcasts out there.
Yes, because, you know, if you're listening to us, you must be very desperate for a podcast.
Mm-hmm. We're the, desperate for a podcast. Also, we talk about Zelda, and a lot of podcasts out there don't talk about Zelda. I actually have no idea. This is... Totally lost my train of thought.
Well, we're reporting it anyways.
Anyways, what I was trying to say about the Zelda timeline was that...
Doesn't the timeline matter?
It does, to some... I think it's cool to try and fit Zelda in a timeline.
Why do we gotta talk about Zelda? Why can't we talk about Chi?
Because Chi, nothing has been happening with... Like, there was not a new Chi game released just recently.
Chi game? I'm talking about Chobits.
Alright.
And besides, there probably is a Chobits game.
There is. It hasn't been released recently. It's on the Game Boy Advance in Japan only.
Well, yeah.
We were researching it when we were at Walmart 2 months ago in Georgia. I've seen Georgia. I've seen it with my own 2 eyes.
And I've seen miles and miles of Texas. It's not as beautiful as that one dude describes in the song. It's more like miles and miles of nothing. Wasteland. Desert.
Swamp.
Basically.
Bunch of dead creatures on the side of the road.
Yeah.
Anyways, John, what game are you playing?
You know what game am I playing?
Recently.
Perfect World.
Perfect World. And League of Legends, right?
Yes.
I've been playing on my 3DS Super Mario 3D Land, which is it's an amazing Mario game, by the way. Anybody who likes Mario at all should pick it up if they have a 3DS.
Yes, he's so happy that he gets a chance to suck Nintendo's balls.
Such an idiot.
Okay, and you're a tool.
How am I a tool?
Nintendo's tool.
Nintendo's tool?
Yep.
A tool? Meaning somebody uses them?
Yeah.
I don't get used by Nintendo.
Yep.
No.
You've dropped your money for every peripheral that they've released.
Almost. I do. Okay. That's because I'll say right here. I do buy most of the Nintendo's peripherals. Yes. Not because I know I'm going to use them.
How long did you play that Mario Kart game for?
Exactly. Not because I know I'm going to use them, but because I like having them. I'm a collector. I'm not gonna buy the steering wheel though for the 3DS. I think that's stupid, especially for $15. Like I was trying to say for like the last 10 minutes now, is that damn you. Well, I think that about does it for this podcast. Tune in next time. I don't know when that is. It could be next week. It could be even next month. Whenever we can find time to do this. Until then.
How long are you gonna drop this ending? God damn! Close your laptop already.
Alright.